This is absolutely my favorite way to make gold in WoW. Hi there, I'm Golden Routes, and today we'll be taking a look at one of my favorite farms. This is actually probably my favorite out of them all. And I guess this really isn't much of a farm, this is more of an AFK thing, and it's a different method of making gold than going out and farming. So there's a couple of different things you can do. Now, one thing I've really been focusing on since I have basically leveled up from beyond this point. But how I got started was I started with linen cloth. I was doing the linen cloth shuffle. I'm a tailor on this character, and I was crafting the brown linen robe, which is disenchantable. I then got enchanting, and I began to disenchant a bunch of these brown linen robes. I started with a gold and a half, I think it was, and we ended that shuffle with about 3, 4 gold, maybe 5, and from there, it just kind of kept evolving. It just became more and more linen cloth until it became to this point where I can buy gear. And now that I can buy gear, I buy up to like 10 silver per piece of gear. It also depends on the price of strange dust too. Like right now, it is definitely worth it to buy at 10 silver per unit, but if it's any lower than that, then I really wouldn't buy at 10 silver per unit. I'd buy it more at like 8 silver per unit. The strange dust isn't the big thing that we're after though. It's these greater magic essences, which are averaging anywhere between 15 to 18 silver per unit on my server, which is actually pretty good in my opinion, considering the amount of these I have gotten over the course of this character's lifespan. So you're probably wondering how I even got 36 gold on this character and how much I have spent getting all the materials and stuff set up. Well, to start things off with, I didn't have anything on this character at all except for a little bit of linen, a little bit of silver to get my coarse thread, or whatever thread that is. Let's look. Yeah, my coarse thread, and that was it. That's all I had on this character. So, um, pretty much what had happened then is I just started buying a bunch of gear. The gear is much more worth it in my opinion than the linen cloth shuffle, but if you can get some cheap linen, I'd still buy it because as you can see here, I have still been buying linen, and I believe I still have some linen bolts in my bank. So, for the most part, I've been making bank. I've been spending about 10 gold each time I get on. That's typically enough to clear out all the cheap auctions and basically reset the auction house for cheap auctions, and I'll get off. Sometimes I'll get over or go over to linen cloth and try to continue working on this character, but I don't typically do that anymore because I don't need to do the linen cloth shuffle anymore. As helpful as it sounds, it will be. Some people can do that if they prefer. I just don't prefer going about that, um, putting a whole new level of lazy on this lazy shuffle. Pretty much. I am being completely lazy about it. Anyways, a little tip for buying is you will want to come over here to shopping, and if you have auctionator, which is what you want, auctionator is a must if you want to maximize this shuffle. You want to set a list for linen cloth and bolts of linen cloth. Set a list for gear, and then once you feel comfortable enough, you can set a list for each individual weapon as well, and buy weapons at about 15 silver per unit, maybe up to 17, 18 silver. My rule of thumb on that is I don't buy anything higher than what the greater essence is selling for currently. So Right now we saw the essence was selling for 16 silver per unit. So we'll just hold off on buying any weapons for now. And I didn't go through all of them, but usually I would. Um, so yeah, that's basically how I've been making as much gold as I've made. But thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.